taking over the road and all sorts of things beside us. I know. I ended up parking in both places, here and on Cortez.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was just how it worked out.
Wow.
Woo! Safe cycling now!
Okay, can we do the bicycle and all the bell ringing and everything like that? There we go.
Notices today. So great to see so much energy for cycling. I'm like a total late comer into this world of cycling advocacy. There's been amazing work done here for 20 years. The Salish Trail was 30 years maybe. The Salish Trail was an idea that was designed probably 15 years ago. And it's a brilliant way to link up existing incredible world-class bike infrastructure in all the areas around us. But as you know, if you've been here or talked to anyone who's come here for tourism on the island, cycling tourism, it's not so much fun for this little blip through Vesuvius to Fulford. So the idea with this campaign is that we organize the community. We work on getting off-island allies. So first we have to make everybody feel really aligned. It's not always that people get aligned around a solution. There's not always, everyone kind of agreeing that something is good for everybody. But I think we can all agree that fixing our roads and having safe cycling on our main roads would actually benefit pretty much everyone on the island, not just it makes cycling not just for the really fit people and the really able people. It makes cycling safe for kids. My wife has a disability. I want to see her on the road. All these electric bikes need safety, and the cars actually will do so much better when they don't have to wait on the curves. They can actually go by on a curve because there's a safe shoulder, and it'll be okay for everybody. So first we have to get everybody really excited. Here we have 1,300 people that have signed the petition, thanks to the Exchange and some of the other partners that have done that. Then we have to work off-island to get other tourism groups excited about it, working with other MLAs and ridings that it'll cut through, including John Horgan's riding. So this riding, I wish Brenda was here, this trail goes through I think 9 ridings that are currently held by NDP and 2 that are currently held by Green. So it's really of benefit to everybody that is not a liberal. No, it's a benefit to everybody. That's a joke. So we want to get off-island support, and then what we're trying to ultimately do is get green recovery funding. So literally every other day, Christopher just sent me another one this week, there's another government program to try to stimulate the economy in a low-carbon way. And Elizabeth May got this right away. She said, oh, I get this. This is about healthy living. This is about safety for my constituents. This is about lower carbon emissions. It's about building the infrastructure that we need for a more resilient society in the 21st century. And it's also, in Salt Spring case, it's a bit about like road justice. We've actually had 20 years of massive underinvestment on our roads. I've learned all this in the last while. And other people know way more about why our main road has not been fixed for 20 years. But it's a disaster. There's all kinds of, the shoulders disappear. It's not. You go anywhere else around here and there's nice wide shoulders and decent paving. This is not a road campaign, but it's very connected. So if we get safe cycling here, the road actually gets fixed. That's basically the idea of it. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see so many people out today. Salt Spring, the last thing I'll say is one of the reasons why we don't get this funding is because the way our government system was designed to put transportation as the responsibility of an off-island group, the CRD, that doesn't pay a lot of attention to us, and to have the Islands Trust not have any responsibility for transportation. So, maybe Adam will tell the story about how a big project in his riding got $30 million. $20 million, which is what the kind of back of the napkin is for fixing our roads and getting the safe cycling. Seems like a lot of money from Salt Spring, but it's not a lot of money when you're looking at highway budgets, overpass costs, making a left turn bay in a city. That's not a lot of money. So we really need to get this money. We need all your support to do that. There'll be times, if you sign the petition, I'm over 3 minutes, but I think she's letting me. If you sign the petition, we're going to let you know about other ways you can use your voice at very strategic touch points. This is what I do for my day job. try to take on the funders of the climate crisis and governments that are enabling them. What you do is you organize a shitload of people, you find leverage points, and you push people who all want to do it anyways and have impact into those leverage points, and you make change. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to get this money, whether it's this year or in 5 years. This is going to happen, and Adam Olsen and others who get elected here are going to help. So thanks everyone for coming in.
Olsen, who's been our MLA for the past 4 years, 3.5 years for this riding. You've probably seen him here on the island. He comes to Salt Spring a lot. He comes to the Ask Salt Spring gatherings that have been taking place here. In fact, he was here just yesterday in the meadow with about 37 other people talking and answering questions and telling great stories. And he's here, he went back home, is here back again today, which we thank him for, to be with us and talk to us about his vision for this project. So come on down, Adam.
Thanks, Rachel. Thank you. I got off the ferry, the 9 a.m. ferry from Swartz Bay this morning, walked off the ferry next to a whole pile of cyclists coming over here to enjoy your beautiful community for the day. And we did a sine wave, so they got well ahead of us. And then as we were coming into town, it is as it is so often when I'm coming in on that 9 a.m. ferry and there's cyclists, they're trying to navigate the existing and non-existing shoulders of Fulford Ganges. And when I take a look at this road, there's many hundreds of kilometers of roads in the Salish Sea, on the Gulf Islands in the Salish Sea. This road is by far and away the most used and most needed upgrade road that I can see over the last 3.5 years as your MLA in engaging transportation, the transportation needs of the Southern Gulf Islands. What I will say is that it's not the right approach for provincial politicians to try to, and I think the road was last tied to the incorporation discussion in this community, and that's not the appropriate way to be dealing with major infrastructure upgrades that are needed for, as have already been pointed out, road safety for pedestrians, road safety for cyclists, road safety for cars, and for your great transit system. So we have just, and I think that one of the things to highlight here is that I come from Central Saanich, born and raised in Brentwood Bay, and for years my family has been trying to get across the Pat Bay Highway safely at Keating to get back into our community in Brentwood Bay. That infrastructure upgrade that was announced this year, as Jason pointed out, was about a $40 million investment that's made in order to create a flyover at Keating Crossroad. It took 40 years to get the final, it was just approved last fall. That should not be the case here for this really important road, Fulford Ganges, from a tourism perspective and from a community safety perspective. There is a strong case for this infrastructure to be upgraded. And it is a commitment of mine to continue to work every day that I have the honor of representing this beautiful community in the BC legislature to continue to push this forward. What I said to Jason and what I've said to others is we are going to have to, just like we did in Central Saanich, do this together. It's going to have to be a partnership with the MP. It's going to have to be a partnership with the CRD director and the island's trustees. We're going to have all levels of government come together and work in a coordinated way to get this infrastructure, to get this road upgraded. And it's going to have to be supported by and lifted up by the community. I've been working with Salt Spring Solutions. I've been meeting with and working with Island Pathways. And together, the community and your elected officials can find success in making this happen. That's how it was done at Keating, and a full alignment, multiple parties represented, the community behind the project. And so I look forward to continuing to work with your community to move this project forward, just like we had success at Keating. The goal is to have success on Fulford Ganges, to complete the Salish Sea Trail, to provide the beautiful community of Salt Spring Island safe, active transportation routes so that you can commute safely up and down the island and not have to get in a car. And when I come over here in the car, I don't have to worry about the people that are cycling on the side of the road, swerving in front of me or me going around and getting hit by someone coming back the other way. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm only slightly over 3 minutes. Haitskasiam for your incredible work and for the incredible work of the organizations here on the island. Again, together, we can move this forward and capture the attention of the next government when the election is over, and capture their attention to get the investment that's needed here on Salt Spring Island. Haitskasiam. Thank you.
That took care of the hill issue, which was great. So it started to feel like this could be a realistic thing. So I did start riding my bicycle more regularly and commuting to work. But it didn't, it's challenging because it does feel like every time you go out on the road, it doesn't feel safe. The reason I was asked to speak today is because I wrote a letter to the editor for the Driftwood, speaking to the signs that had been put up. So I live at the top of Broadwell, and when I do commute on my bicycle to work, I come down Vesuvius Bay Road, and I noticed that those signs had been put up, don't pass bicycles on curbs, that were meant for drivers. And so from my experience of riding along that road, and of course being a driver along that road, it seemed to me that, the debate about the signs